Hare Krishna. My name is Prem Padmini, Devi Dasi, and I'm from the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And I'm going to speak about what is ego, how to identify it, and how to go beyond it. So we all experience that this ego is something that all of us experience, especially in relation to others. When they have this ego, is the barrier coming between people and us. Otherwise, our hearts are full of love for people, and even the ones that we love very much, still we experience that many times that ego is like a curtain that divides us, and somehow we find that our hearts shrink when the ego predominates over us. So what exactly is this ego? Ego is actually an identity. Now, what is our identity now? We think we are this body, male, female, belonging to a particular country, religion, and so on, with our body and mind. And so there is also our intelligence. We identify with our mind. And then beyond all these things is the identity of the soul. So with what do we actually identify? When we identify with our body and mind and intelligence, these are temporary things. We know that at death all these are finished, burnt to ashes and mixed with the earth. On the other hand, the soul we know is eternal, and that identity is always very uplifting. It's always very unifying and inclusive of everyone. So in the moments that we encounter a disturbance in our minds, when we want, because everyone, this false ego is based on identity with that temporary body and mind. And when we identify with that, everybody wants to dominate, everybody wants to control, and so there are so many clashes. Everyone wants to be the right person, right in everything, and they want to prove that whatever they are is the most perfect thing. So how do we, whenever we meet with this kind of thoughts and feelings, when we feel very disturbed, when we feel alienated from people, when we feel angry and upset, then we should know that it's our false identity, false ego at work. And when we feel very peaceful, very happy, when we feel a kind of a universal love to everyone, we have compassion, and when we are ready to accept others and also think that it's more important to love rather than always be the right. So this is the right ego. So whenever our ego disturbs us, then we can easily identify by seeing what is our state of mind. If it's all peaceful and accepting, and even if we have to encounter the false ego of others, we can become, the way in which we can overcome being disturbed by other people's false ego is the solution given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself and who has appeared in this Kali Yuga just 500 years ago in Bengal, and as a saint, as his own devotee. And he said that become more humble than a blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree. The grass never protests when people walk over it, and yet it is never crushed. It comes back to itself once again as it was. And the tree provides so much of valuable things for people, like shade, fruits, and leaves and bark and everything to other people, and yet it does not protest when people try to chop off its branches, pluck things from it, and so on. So this is the state of mind which is very natural to us. And why is it natural to us? Because as spirit souls, we are completely under the shelter and protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, who is ever present everywhere. And when we please him by our attitude of surrender and humility, then he takes care completely in all aspects of our life. In every moment, whatever activity may be, he promises that I will protect whatever you have, I'll preserve whatever you have, and I will carry what you lack. So this is his promise in the Bhagavad Gita, and as we come to know more and more about what the Lord has spoken in the Bhagavad Gita, we will also develop the same faith of thinking about the Lord even when we are disturbed. And in this way, we can easily go beyond our egos. Thank you. Hare Krishna.